Morning, everybody. Welcome to Thor's World. Well, thought I'd take you on a little adventure this morning and let you see what I kind of do on the weekends. And let me know what you think if AI could take my job on doing this one. I have an answer to it, but I am going to let you take a look at it and tell me what you think. So I'm going to pause this video right now and take you to my first spot. All right, everybody. Good morning. This is Thor's World. I'm going to kind of take you on a little adventure here as to what I do on the weekend here for this small town. And I take care of the. Oh, look at there. We got us a big deer running through here. Look at there. Oh, look at her. Well, anyways, see if she'll let me get a little closer. A little muley deer. Yeah, they come out here and they eat. Yeah, there she is right there. So anyways, what I do is I take care of the water plant, sewage treatment, and let me know what you think about AI. If AI you think is going to take this job. So there she goes. Usually where there's one deer, you'll find another. So we'll go a little slow here so she don't even have to worry about anybody else or any other animals come popping out. So anyways, let me know what you think once we get up here. And you probably see a little bit of water ahead of us here. I'd normally bring my dog on this here, but I don't let him out of the truck. You know, he's a Labrador. Labradors love water. He's definitely not going to be swimming in here. So right here is the sewage holding pond. Yeah, look at that. Yep. Yeah, look at that. I'm actually going to take this off my tripod real quick. Little windy today. Anyways, look at that. That's all sewage. Definitely don't want to be going fishing in there because I pretty much believe the only thing you are going to catch is a brown trout. So this little town here, it's not that big. I'm not going to give the name of the town because just for certain reasons. But anyways, look at this here. There's two of them. This is where all the sewage comes from in this town, and it holds here and it evaporates into the air. And I'll tell you what, when the wind blows the wrong direction, yeah, the whole town stinks. Pretty gross. But anyways, we're going to cruise around these ponds, and basically I come out and check, make sure there's nobody floating or swimming in it besides the brown trout that belong in there. It's a little windy today. Sorry about the wind if you can hear it. We're actually under a severe tornado watch out here. So, but anyways, hey, if you wanted to go fishing for a brown trout, look it over here. Got us a small rowboat here. You could go fishing. Not sure what bait you would need for brown trout. Anybody know? Leave a comment below. So yeah, check this out. Yeah, it's pretty stinky out here, and I've been doing it for a little bit. That's what I do on the weekend. I've kind of got my hand in a little bit of everything except for this, and there's always ways to make money. I'm not sure how this is going to work out with AI. When we get to the water plant, I'll show you that. And the water plant, I think, is pretty easy to take over with AI. And I'll kind of show you the reasons why. And when I get done here, I'll go to the water tower and show you that. And check it out. Yeah, check this out. Yeah. You know, during the waterfowl season, I don't know how many of you of my listeners or watchers or subscribers, whatever you want to call it, waterfowl hunt. You know, they land on everything. They swim in everything. And I've come out here in the fall during waterfowl season. There'll be geese. There'll be ducks. You name it. They're out here. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Yeah, that's all sewer. So how it works is, you know, when they flush their toilets and stuff, it comes to a lift station. The lift station pumps it out into here. The lift station, actually, there's a couple of ducks out here swimming around. I don't know if you can see them. I told you, they those are babies. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see them in this video. Let me know. But anyways, back to the lift station. Yeah, when you flush the toilet, run your water. It goes into this underground lift station, and it pumps it out and then pumps everything back here into the sewer ponds that belong in here. Lift station's pretty hazardous. You don't want to go in there and do any work. I mean, it's a really, really crappy job if you have to. But there's poisonous gases in there. It will kill you real quick. It'll make you pass out, and yeah, it'll kill you. But anyways, I'm going to pause this video and I'll be on to the next. All right, I'm going to start this video again here as we're leaving the sewer ponds and see if we can catch any more deer on the way out. And this little device right here, actually, let me get out of the truck and show you here. And this actually takes the reading as to, man, it stinks out here this morning, as to how much we're being flown in or flows into the sewer ponds. So here's a manhole cover. So every so often we got to reach down in there with a long pole with a cup, pull sewage samples that are coming this way in down here from the lift station, and we take sewage samples into the bigger city, which is Denver. Yeah, it's a crappy job, but it pays pretty good. And like I said, I only do it, you know, on the weekends, and it pays good. The full-time guy, you know, he's obviously doing it Monday through Friday. I take care of it, you know, Saturday and Sunday. But when you're walking around out here, you definitely got to watch out for yourself, because there is rattlesnakes, and I've encountered those out here before. Oh, look, there's another boat. So if you have somebody that wants to go fishing with you, check this out. Hell, looks like almost like a paddleboard. Don't know who the hell would want to go paddleboarding in this stuff. But anyways, check this out. So look at all that. It happens to be that I'm standing downwind of this. So anywho, let me walk back over here. So you think AI will take this? I don't know if AI wants this kind of a crappy job. But so here's the reading. Electric printout. Let's see here. So there's paper in there, shows the reading, gallons per minute. And that's pretty much there is to it out here. We do add chemicals to treat this every once in a while to help dissolve whatever solids that are floating around. So let me get back in here. I want to take you over to the lift station. I'll just kind of give you a quick view of that. That was pretty cool seeing that deer this morning. She's been hanging around town. So here we go. Let's go to the lift station. Then for that, we'll be off to that water plant there, or water tower that you see right over here. And I'll do my best, try not to catch the name of this town, because I don't know if I have any watchers or viewers from this town. I highly doubt it, but just in case, you know, I don't want to get in trouble. And so let's go to the lift station here. This might turn out to be a pretty long video, but it's pretty cool. It's going to be a cool one, guarantee it. So here we got this, the train actually comes over here. And I tell you what, it's pretty damn loud when you sit up underneath this thing as the train's going over. All right. Like my little ducky there on the dash. Yeah, I didn't find that one floating out there, I guarantee you. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great, beautiful day, you know. No matter what kind of issues you're having, I tell you what, when you wake up every morning, you say today's going to be a great day. For some reason, you put that out in the universe, man, it happens. It's great. So anyways, here we come up on the lift station right over here. And the back over here is the backup generator. I'll get out and I'll show it to you. All right, let's see here. Let's check it out. So here we are. So this over here is actually the lift station. You know, as you can say, it says sewer. Definitely don't want to be drinking that water. So here's the maintenance hatch for the lift station, and there's one of the old pumps for the lift station. So what you do is you would raise this here up, and there's a ladder that's going down in, but you actually have to have a respirator like the fire department wear to go down in there. You don't, you're not coming back out of there, at least on your own accord. Yep, wonder if AI could do that. So over here we got a backup generator. Power goes out in the town, and that's supposed to kick in to keep the lift station from backing everything up into everybody's residence and stuff like that. And it's actually pretty cool. So here's all the controls, and the alarm is up top there on that red light right up in there. So this here's the hoist to get the those pumps up and down in the lift station if you have to replace them out. Thankfully, it doesn't happen very often because I tell you what, it's not fun doing it. Definitely back breaking and nose aching. Anywho, let me, well, hell, I'll just keep this thing going, and then we'll get back in the truck. We'll go over there and I'll show you the bottom half of the water tank. A lot of these small towns out here in eastern Colorado, yeah, eastern Colorado, they pump off the aquifer, and it comes up into the water tower. Water tower communicates with the water plant. Water plant tells it when to kick in the pump stations. There's well houses, and that actually tells everything to send the water. So anyways, here we're in this little town here. Let's go check out the bottom of the water tower. Then get my seatbelt on here so it's not going ding-a-ling-ding. And excuse me for okay, screw it. The shakiness of the camera. I don't have this on my tripod. I'm just actually driving around doing this. So here we go. Let's go check out this water tower. Yeah, this town's pretty old. I think it was established back in 1838. So back then it was mainly Native American, and so here we go. You know, in small little towns like this, you really don't have to stop at the stop sign. There's really nobody that's going to say anything. Hell, I don't even think the cops would say anything on these dirt roads. So, like I said, excuse me for, I apologize. Excuse me, man, I'm still trying to breathe from that sewage area. But I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. So, let's go check out this water tower. So, plans are, the town's looking into it. They're actually going to be installing a self-read device on the water meters. The full-time guy, actually once a month he goes through and he has to go to each individual house and place of business to read the water meters. So here's the water tower right here. It's pretty big. And about every 10 years we get guys coming up to here all the way up in there. They climb up the ladder, go up on top, open the hatch, they get their scuba gear on, they go in and swim around like a big human fish and clean out the tank, all the scaling and everything. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this full-time guy. You know, he kind of half-assing everything. But this antenna that's right over here, it communicates with the water plant. And the water plant tells it when to pull the water out of the underneath the ground and sends the water out to the wells and everything like that. And the wells actually, they pump the water up out of the well houses actually pump the water up, send it over to the water plant. The water plant takes it and redistributes it to local housing. So right here, we have the overflow tube. Sometimes it goes all the way down here and it'll drain out. If the communication fails, it'll continue filling from the well houses and overflow it. So anyways, I'm going to pause this and open it back up when we get to the water plant. All right, everybody, we are in the water plant. Here's where all the magic happens for this town, this little bitty town. So chemical barrels, you'd be surprised what actually goes into treating water. So like this barrel here is pretty much all chlorine, and it's set up here on a pump system, monitors and then pumps out what it needs. So control board here, so you got the pumps right here, which is on. Let's see here, pump power is on. Yeah, I take that back, and this is the transfer pump, which is on. So, and it transfers over chlorine, the amount that it needs, that it calls for. Here's the pump here that circulates, and it pulls the water, or the chlorine up out of here, puts it down through here, comes up, and let me show you here. Yeah, check these out. Very interesting. Pretty quiet in here right now. Water tower and the water and the pumps aren't communicating. We might hear it. Oh, anyways, what I was showing you where it goes out, chlorine comes up and comes down here through this line here at the bottom, and comes up through here. It comes up in through this line here, and goes out to the main water for the town, which goes right here. And anyways, that's pretty interesting. It's a pretty cool process of it. Over here, you know, I come in and I do the recording. Like right here, you know, you got your gallons here. And actually, this is your pH and your temperature. Your gallons are right here that are used. And let's see here. Oh, and it's starting to communicate. You may have heard that. But anyways, here's an eye washing station here. Over here, pull this handle. Heck, I guess if you wanted to take a shower after swimming in the sewer pond, you could. And over here, in these barrels here, this is anti-scalant, so it keeps the water from being too rough. Looks like the water guy has actually filled them up. Good job. So I could just show full on the readings on this one here, and what I'll do is this clipboard here, I'll write, you know, full across. And we take the chlorine level that's in the water from the town, and what we do is we take a sample out of this sink here, which is running, and we leave that running. And we actually we fill this, and right here to this line right here where my thumb's at, and then on this here we put 2 squirts of this additive into it, which turns the water like a purplish color, lets us know what the pH level is. And how we know what the level is, we after we fill it, we put it in here. We take this lid, put it over this. I would show you, but it's kind of hard to do right now with one hand. And then we hit the check button, and it does the reading and lets us know what the pH level is, and then we just log it right here. So we'll go here to the back side over here where the big RO plant or filters are. So there's also a set of filter control panel here for the filters here, and I'll show you where the filters are at. So we have readers that we take the readings on all of these, all the way down, and we log it. There's filters, multiple filters in each one of these tubes. So this is actually what the old filters look like. Very dirty, but not now. They've been changed out. There's the RO system. It's a big system. So there's a lot to a water plant like this to actually learn and figure out and go to school for. I actually don't have to go to school. I'm for it. I'm only part-time on the weekends, which actually does pay me really good money. But anywho, what do you think? You think AI take this? I think it will on this part. They were town council was kind of throwing it around about doing self-automated readings. And it just notify the water guy if there's an issue. And basically beyond that, that's going to be basically his role. So like I said earlier, the water tower, it's going to do a self-read of all the water meters and then transfer it over to the front office there for the town building. And the secretary behind the desk, all she's got to do is go on the computer, hit the button, and it shows all the reading. So that's going to take part of that job of his away. Every once in a while, I'll do the water meter. So here we go. This here is corrosive, so you got to be careful of what you're wearing. Definitely want to wear protective gear. And I don't have to do that anymore. I was doing it for a little bit, but that's really the main job of the full-time guy. So, but anyways, here we are. That's pretty much it. The hearts and brain behind the water system here in this little town. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching Thor's World. And let me know what you think. If you like it, leave that thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you.